You know this man. He's won the Ballon d'Or 5 times. He's a machine that cannot stop scoring goals. A global icon. We've all seen the insane highlights and the endless trophies. But this isn't that story. This is the story of how he got there. Before he was famous, Cristiano Ronaldo was just a kid from a house with a tin roof, literally fighting to escape poverty. A boy whose family was so poor, his own mom considered not even having him. This is not just a football story. It's about sacrifice, being totally alone, and a crazy desire to prove you exist. This is the insane story of how Cristiano Ronaldo beat poverty, heartbreak, and a life-threatening condition to become one of the greatest athletes of all time. Cristiano Ronaldo was born into the struggle on February 5, 1985, on the island of Madeira, Portugal. He was the youngest of 4 kids, and his mom, Dolores, has admitted she thought about not having him because they were drowning in poverty. Another mouth to feed just seemed impossible. His dad, José Dinas Aveiro, was a gardener and part-time kit man for a local team, but he was battling alcoholism after a war in Africa and wasn't always there. The entire family of 6 was crammed into one tiny room with a tin roof. Life was about what they didn't have. His mom worked non-stop as a cook and cleaner, but it was never enough. Cristiano has said he used to wait outside a McDonald's, hoping for free leftover burgers just so he could eat. While other kids wanted toys, all he wanted was a football. Most of the time, he just played with a ball made of old socks in the street. It was on those streets that he found his escape, football. He would skip meals and literally sneak out of his bedroom window just to play. It was the only thing that made sense in his crazy world. At school, he was known for his temper. Kids called him crybaby because he'd get mad when they didn't score from his passes. That temper got him expelled at age 14 after he threw a chair at a teacher who he felt disrespected his family. For most kids, that's the end. For Cristiano, it was the beginning. He was done with school. There was only one option left: football. At just 12 years old, Cristiano Ronaldo made a decision that would change his life forever. He was offered a spot at the Sporting Lisbon Youth Academy on the mainland. For a kid who had never left his tiny island, it was like going to another planet. Sporting paid just £1,500 to sign in, but for Cristiano, the real price was way higher. The loneliness was crushing. He was a skinny kid with a thick accent, and the other boys at the academy made fun of him constantly, calling him a country bumpkin. He would call his mom almost every single day, begging to come home. He later said those were the hardest days of his entire life. But through the tears, something inside him changed. He used their jokes as fuel. He decided the only way to shut them up was to be the best. So he started training like a maniac. He was always the first one on the field and the last one to leave. But just when he was starting to get noticed, disaster struck. At 15, doctors found out he had tachycardia, a racing heart condition. His career was about to be over before it even started. Doctors told him he might never play professional football again. His mom was terrified, but Cristiano was unbelievably focused. He had a super high-risk heart surgery where they used a laser to fix the problem. He had the operation in the morning and was out of the hospital by the afternoon. It's insane, but just a few days later, he was back on the training pitch. He looked at the end of his dream and didn't even flinch. It didn't break him. It made him fearless. Back on the field, Ronaldo was a different animal. He became the first player in Sporting's history to play for their under-16, under-17, under-18, B team, and first team all in the same season. His talent was just explosive. He was fast, arrogant, and had skills nobody had ever seen. Then came the night that changed everything. August 6, 2003. Sporting Lisbon played Manchester United. For the superstar players on Man United, it was just a boring friendly. but they had no idea an 18-year-old was about to play like his life depended on it. For 90 minutes, Ronaldo absolutely destroyed them. One United player later said he was just unplayable. He was a blur of stepovers, insane speed, and crazy tricks. On the plane home, the United players, some of the best in the world, could not stop talking about the kid. They literally stormed up to their manager, the legendary Sir Alex Ferguson, and demanded that he sign him. Ferguson didn't need to be told twice. He reportedly refused to leave Portugal until the deal was done. In less than a week, Cristiano Ronaldo was a Manchester United player. The club paid £12.24 million, making him the most expensive teenager in the history of English football. The boy with nothing was suddenly a record-breaking superstar. When Ronaldo got to Manchester, they gave him the iconic number 7 shirt, the same number worn by legends like George Best and David Beckham. It was a huge sign of belief from Sir Alex Ferguson, but also a crazy amount of pressure. At first, you could tell. Critics called him a show pony who was all flash and no real skill. But Ferguson became like a second father to him and helped him transform. He saw the one thing everyone else missed. Behind the tricks was a work ethic that was just not human. That crazy drive, born from being poor and alone, was now being turned into a weapon. Ronaldo basically lived in the gym, packing muscle onto his skinny body. He would stay for hours after every practice, perfecting free kicks by himself in the dark. He started studying the game, turning his raw talent into pure, deadly efficiency. His time in Manchester was an explosion. He went from a flashy kid to an unstoppable goal-scoring monster. He led the team to 3 Premier League titles, a Champions League trophy, and in 2008, he won his very first Ballon d'Or. But his success came with incredible pain. In 2005, his father died from liver failure caused by alcoholism. The man who gave him his first football never saw how big he would become. That loss just made Ronaldo's mission even clearer. He promised to achieve everything he possibly could for the father who never saw him become a king. In 2009, Cristiano Ronaldo did the impossible. He left Manchester United for Real Madrid for a world record fee of £80 million. If he became a legend in Manchester, he became a god in Madrid. Over 80,000 fans packed the stadium just to watch him be presented, a welcome for a true king. At Real Madrid, Ronaldo reached a whole new level. He wasn't just a great player, he was a phenomenon. His stats were unbelievable. He consistently scored more goals than games he played. That is not normal. He shattered every record, becoming the club's all-time leading scorer in a fraction of the time it took the legends before him. He led Madrid to 4 Champions League titles in 5 years, creating a dynasty. He also won 4 more Ballon d'Or awards, putting him in the debate for the greatest player of all time. This era was also defined by one of the biggest rivalries in sports history: Ronaldo versus Messi. Every single goal, every trophy, every award was another battle in their insane war for greatness. That constant pressure from his rival just pushed him to be even better, fueling his crazy hunger to be the absolute best. He didn't just want to win, he needed to. It was the same fight he started on the streets of Madeira, now on the world's biggest stage. Cristiano Ronaldo has since played for Juventus, gone back to Manchester United, and moved to Saudi Arabia. But his legacy was sealed a long time ago. It's a legacy written in hundreds of goals and trophies, but also in his insane willpower. His story is bigger than football. It's proof that where you start in life doesn't decide where you end up. The boy from the tin-roofed house who shared one room with his entire family and was told his career might be over at 15 became a global symbol for what is possible. He showed the world that talent is one thing, but greatness is a choice. It's a choice you make every day at the gym, on the field, and in the moments when nobody is watching you. He has dedicated all of his success to his family, especially his mother, Dolores, the woman who chose to give him life. He became the dedicated father that he never had. His journey is a powerful reminder that behind every icon, there's a human story, a story of struggle, pain, and an unbreakable spirit that can turn a poor kid with nothing into a living legend. This story is proof that with a killer mindset, anything is possible. If this journey inspired you, smash that like button, subscribe for more stories of the greats, and drop a respect CR7 in the comments below. We'll see you in the next one.